This year, a few key themes dominated our discussions in both internal ASEAN meetings as well as in our consultations with ASEAN dialogue partners. These include, number one, the growing global trend of protectionism and the rise of unilateral trade measures, which pose significant risks to the multilateral rule-based trading system and the stability of global supply chains. So we underscored our shared commitment to uphold a free, fair, inclusive, rules-based and non-discriminatory multilateral trading system with WTO principles at its core. Secondly, ASEAN reaffirmed our resolve to constructively engage with all external partners to address their concerns, their legitimate concerns. ASEAN also stands ready to deepen economic cooperation that deliver mutual benefits for ASEAN and its partners. Related to this, we acknowledge the ASEAN Geo-Economic Task Force, AGTF. They made recommendations on new approaches and strategies to advance ASEAN integration amidst increasing geo-economic fragmentation. This is key to ensuring a coordinated ASEAN strategy for adapting to the evolving global geo-economic and geopolitical landscape. And thirdly, a joint session between ASEAN economic ministers and ASEAN foreign ministers will also be convened on the margins of the upcoming Leaders Summit to foster greater policy coherence and strengthen cross-pillar coordination. The ministers reaffirmed their commitment to the timely implementation of these PEDs as it will bring tangible benefits to business and also to people, and therefore further strengthening ASEAN's economic resilience and long-term growth. And the upgraded version of ATIGA actually marks a significant leap forward, designed to be more agile and responsive to both regional and global economic shift. And of course, the ASEAN DEFA will drive economic growth and social advancement towards an ASEAN-wide digital economy. In addition to PEDs, during the meeting, we also signed the ASEAN Framework Agreement on Competition and look forward to the completion of the signing of the 5th protocol to amend the ASEAN Comprehensive Investment Agreement as soon as possible. Next, we look forward to the historical moment where Timor-Leste will be fully admitted as the 11th member state of ASEAN at the 47th ASEAN Summit in October. Oh, yes, Melissa, go.
With Trump announced new tariffs today, how is it going to complicate matters for ASEAN to come up with coordinated response, and for Malaysia in particular?
Yeah, so we in ASEAN, of course, like what we have been experiencing since April, since Liberation Day, we'll definitely look at the impact to Malaysia, to Indonesia, to our respective ASEAN member states. But at the same time, we will discuss at any ASEAN platform. We are going to meet again end of October under the ASEAN Economic Committee meetings, AECC meetings. So we can discuss then. For now, Malaysia is evaluating the impact to our industries. So we will revert back once we know the impact. But please bear in mind that this is something that is already expected. It's just that we want to know when, and we'll wait for the details about the tariff that's going to be impacting some of the sectors.
You mentioned that you were expecting new tariffs on furnitures, for instance. So the mood hasn't changed. You're not surprised or with these new tariffs?
We're not surprised because, as all of you should be aware by now, this tariff negotiation and tariff discussion, we understand the US position, right? For Malaysia, we have always stated our stance that we will continue to engage the US, and that's a similar stance by ASEAN. We also then have to ensure that we continue to do what we need to do as a country, as a bloc, right? We believe in the principle of neutrality, we believe in the principle of centrality when it comes to ASEAN, and therefore for us, discussion today, and discussion at the ASEAN level, we continue to support the rule-based multilateral trading system with the WTO principles at its core. So for us, US have their right to do what they need to do, but for us, we should continue to support multilateralism and continue to diversify, strengthen our companies, and we cannot be too focus on just a decision by the US or any other country for that matter.
Hi, Dr. Seri, Anas from Bernama. So you mentioned just now ASEAN foreign ministers and economic minister will meet. So do you have definitive dates prior to the summit in October? Thank you.
Yes, we have a definite date, but I can't remember the date. 25th, okay. The ASEAN Secretary reminded me, it's on the 25th of October. This is the first time we'll have a joint meeting, and the ASEAN Geo-Economic Task Force will be presenting to both the foreign and economic ministers.